Hey everybody, it's LavenderTowne, and today I wanted to try TikTok art challenges here on YouTube once again. This is the first TikTok that I wanted to try and mimic. It is someone painting over one of those paint swatches you can get from Home Depot. It was originally cut together with some nice copyrighted music, so obviously I had to cut that out. So let's give it a royalty-free try. Basically, here are the swatches. Obviously I picked pastel-y pinks, and I'm gonna do this one, Warm Heart. I'm not going to show this on the real TikTok, but I think I'm going to doodle a little something just so that I have an idea of what I'm going to draw. I gotta go with relatively simple shapes because, like I said, I haven't painted in quite a while. Yeah, I like this one the best. I'm going to reference that. Oh no, the graphite's running. Oh my god, what do I do? So you might have already guessed, but this ended up being a lot harder than I expected. Basically, the whole audio of me doing this entire painting is me being excessively negative and completely panicking. About right now that I'm realizing that this was always pure hubris. I was starting to see why the person in the original TikTok did something sort of abstract like waves rather than a human form. Alright, now we're getting to a point where I feel like I can lower the camera, change the angle, and start to get those real artsy shots. Oh no. I thought maybe I could save this by lining the whole thing in magenta, which is kind of working with the hair, but it's definitely not going to work with the face, I don't think. There's only one way to find out, I guess. Alright, let's get a different shot. I'm just trying to give myself some choices when it comes to the TikTok. And obviously most of this isn't going to be in the final thing. I'm going to try to make it look like I didn't suffer and struggle through this entire process, but I don't know how well I'm going to be able to hide it. I think the beauty of these TikToks is that you can basically just get little clips of any time that you're doing a brushstroke that looks particularly nice and leave out all the parts where you mess up or make something that just looks plain awkward and you have to paint over it. It's actually kind of a nice format. Oh no, it's too wet again. Oh my god, I'm gonna scream. Usually when I outline things in white, it means I've run out of ideas on how to make it look good. And I'm falling back to my most basic basics. This is the first Photoshop trick I ever learned. It's just to outline everything in white because it makes it look a little crisper. My last ditch effort at making this actually look decent is going to be to line it with some ink, I think. Because my edges are just so messy that I don't think there's any other way to save it. Oh my god, I did it. I made a face. She's kind of cute in her own little way. Her cheeks are really bothering me. I think they look ugly. Let's change them. That's a little better. She's a bit of an ugly duckling, but at least she has a warm heart. Now that the painting's done, you're probably wondering how the actual TikTok turned out. Here it is. Now, as soon as I saw this one, I knew I had to do it. Basically, you just draw a weird stock photo. Once again, I had to block out some potentially copyrighted music. Sounded a little SoundCloudy, but it was heavily sampling some copyrighted music, so I don't know. Let's hope I can do the original TikTok justice. So for this one, naturally the first thing to do is to search weird stock photo, and lucky for me, the very first picture that came up was honestly perfect. I couldn't have asked for better. just completely bewildering, strange, weird look on the girl's face. I mean, it's everything I could have hoped for. So I immediately went for the very first picture that came up. Now, judging by the original, I think the goal of this style of TikTok is to emphasize and enhance everything that makes the weird stock photo weird. And I had no trouble with this. There are many key features of the stock photo. Obviously, the holding the binoculars with her foot is the most obvious one, but there's also a lot of other wonderful things like her hazy, unfocused eyes, her forced smile, the way she claws at her phone like she's never held anything with her hands before. There's just a lot to enjoy and to look at here, so I wanted to feature all of those things as well as add a little of my own personal flair just so that I'm adding value to the drawing. There's a lot of things I like about this picture. I like that you can't see where like any of her hair behind her head. Like it looks like it's pulled back in a bun or a ponytail, but it's almost intentionally hidden. Like it's sort of a Schrodinger's hair situation. Like we don't know if it's just slicked back like John Wick or if she has super long ponytail going down the back. Like anything could be going on, we just don't know. I only gave her 4 toes on each foot, and I also put one of her feet on backwards. That's an Easter egg, not a mistake. So yes. Anyway, her other arm also appears to be put back in a way that maybe an artist would if they didn't want to draw it, but that's actually how it is in the photo, so I'm very grateful to the model. Meanwhile, while I was drawing this, I tried to go in with my phone and just capture some spoiler-free moments in the drawing because it seems like that's kind of the cinematic style of the original TikTok, giving you little glimpses without giving you too much. I found it very difficult to do that while I was drawing, and honestly, I don't know how people do it so well. Even with my phone on Zoom, it was extremely in my way while I was trying to draw, and I think it's very apparent in the final product, but I guess you'll have to watch the TikTok and decide for yourself. Actually drawing this image was extremely fun, and it's, once again, this happened the first time I did a TikTok video, but it was emphasized even more here that the wonderful thing about being a TikTok artist is it seems like they have more fun. They have so much fun with this weird content. I just really love it, and I think there needs to be more silliness in the art YouTube category. I really admire it. I think it's great. Keep it up, TikTok artists, like seriously. Once she was done, it was clear to me that this was one of the best things I've ever drawn, and I'm really happy with it. The next TikTok I'm trying is this one where you paint over Pokemon cards. Basically, you just paint over the borders and give them a full sort of landscape to be in, and I think it's really, really cute. I'm going to use Neopets cards because I didn't have any Pokemon cards, but I did have 175 Neopets cards. Now, as much as I'd love to show you my whole collection, maybe another day, I will, however, show you some of my duplicates. So, these are not perfect for this like challenge thing because, as you can see, they actually have quite a bit of picture space on them versus a Pokemon card, but I'm still going to try to do this sort of painting over the borders situation. I guess I'm going to go with the Akara, maybe? Let's try to make a sandy kind of color, I guess. I don't know many kids who were as into Neopets as I was, but not to brag. Alright. Oh, I was scared. Okay. Oh no, it didn't work. Oh my gosh, and this is way glossier. Am I gonna be able to do this? I can't tell if that's just because I put too much water in, or if we have a real problem here. I gotta be really careful not to interfere with the Akara, because anything that I have to repaint on, oh my gosh, right as I said that I just got paint on her. Kind of working. Getting somewhere. That greenish base that I put down is like not cute, but What can you do? I'm trying to like make a nice watery, like, not texture, but you know, effect. I don't know if it's working. Ah! I'm gonna freak out. Oh, dude. Paint spells kind of expired. Paint expire. This is why I don't like traditional mediums. I don't know why I took on a whole new accent / personality when I said that, but it doesn't make it less true. Like, paint, it costs a bunch of money, it expires. What's the good point? It's harder to use. Just add maybe some nice bubbles. Let's just do one of these. Hey, that's not so bad. I mean, it's not good. Let's not be melodramatic here, but it's not that bad. That's kind of satisfying though. Ooh, probably shouldn't have picked it up while it's still extremely wet. I'll do a few more marks up here, but then that's it. Gentle repair work. Anywhere I got a little too crazy. And with that, I was done. Overall, I actually think it turned out okay. It was pretty much a non-stop scramble till the very end, but here's how the TikTok turned out. There you have it, my next attempt at doing these TikTok art challenges. I wanted to push myself a little bit harder this time and do some of the traditional ones, even though I kind of am bad at traditional stuff. And whether you watch me on YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to my patrons, including Spell a Story, Braggy, Kalpompon, Shizzle Lion, Clockwork Construct, Dr. Casket, Ilaria Louie, Elizabeth Album, Greer the Animator, Hachiubi, Yara Famoso, Imagine Creations, Even Rodriguez, JJJ, Joseph Copel, Blah Blah Blah, Micah Dactyl, Mr. Dr. Pants, Nora Cornelison, Ollie, Rosie Wordlock, Sergeant Pendulum, Some Mediocre Artists, The Artsy Moose, Tom David Johansson, Yaboyski, and Zoe Stardust.